calling the line out, and Mike Rhodes has done the job. Makabunapola has his big paws on it. Now it's with Scott Brits. It's bonus point time. Try awarded. Wayne Barnes confirms it. Brits, the newcomer, securing the extra point for Saracens as they look for that home semi-final in the playoffs. That may well be enough to sink Bath this afternoon. With the heavyweights back in tandem, back in harness, they're looking all-powerful, Lol.
Yeah, put Faletau up in the air, but as soon as Michael Rhodes gets up, what I really like about the blocking from Saracens is they get the lifters really in front and put that arrowhead with Rhodes at the back, and that becomes very, very difficult to stop as Brits powers over. The only consolation for Bath is they don't have a man shown the yellow card and sent to the sin bin, because it could have quite easily been a try and a yellow card. I think Wayne Barnes deciding that the try was enough punishment for Bath.
So a significant personal milestone for Schalk Brits. 23 tries in Saracens colours, equals the record set by Tony Diprose as a Saracens forward. In the meantime, Juan Figalo has been replaced by Vincent Koch. Sarries just beginning to stretch away now. Foot on the accelerator.
Talk about the impact that their bench has made. It's the gain line success. Brits has shown a couple of really nice touches. Took the ball to the line, but just had that little tip-on pass to Bunapola. And then the hooker, as Jamie George did in that first half, right in the right place at the right time to dive over the line.
Ford persisting with the short restarts, and Makabunapola is onto it. Sarries looking for field position. It's there for Wigglesworth. Brits on the ball, offering that energy and fizz. Farrell, Bunapola, looking full of confidence now. Quick ball to work with. Wigglesworth through the tiniest of holes. Richard Wigglesworth finding Billy Bunapola. Mike Rhodes is on hand. Bath struggling to contain the opposition now. Farrell, Brits leaves it alone. Wide they go, and in they go through Barrett. A little bit still for Barrett to do, but comfortably executed. And Bath looking in all kinds of bother at this point.
Yeah, they're playing with the confidence now. Saracens breaching the gain line at will. They've got so much artillery, both in the forwards and the backs. Wigglesworth spots the gap, links up with Bunapola. Rhodes picks up the drive, and once you suck in the defenders around that close ruck, there's enough space out wide for Farrell to throw the pass out, and Barrett gets over the line. But all starts from, for me, game management from Bath. They feel like they've got to chase the game. They go for the short kick-off instead of pumping the ball long and immediately hand Saracens possession back.
Second try of the season for Brad Barrett, who's looked really dangerous in attack throughout this afternoon. Let's have a word with Alex Sanderson, part of the Sarries coaching setup. Alex, you'll be well pleased with the scoreline now. Bonus point in the bag. It seems you've just ridden and used the conditions rather better than Bath, who've struggled with the breeze today.
Yeah, and it's blustery and it's swirly down here, but you know we're used to it. We're used to it bouncing off the back of the stand there, and we like playing with it in the second half, which we have done. Because if you get a slight lead in the first half, you can use the win to your advantage, make them play at their own half. Obviously, we're a little bit frustrated in the first half. Sorry, the start of the second half with some individual errors, but things seem to click now.
And it seems that all of your internationals have settled very fast back into the fold.
They're good players, aren't they? And they've been playing at a high level, I guess, during the Six Nations. So them coming back in, they've just lifted the intensity of the training sessions, and they've all had great games, but none of them this man here. Brad Barrett, our captain, has been inspirational today. Well done, Brad.
Thanks for your time, Alex.
Cheers.
So Barrett off now and Lazowski on. It's been a feature of Sarries in recent seasons, hasn't it? The way that the internationals have reintegrated themselves. Farrell very much one of those. Lawrence was talking about that pre-match, the way last season he came back in from Six Nations activity and made an instant impact, and all of the internationals in Sarries colours have done that today.
It's noticeable, isn't it? It would have been easy for any side to replace the likes of Owen Farrell. He's played a lot of footy in the last few weeks, and instead they bring on Lazowski for Brad Barrett, who's put in a wonderful shift, as Alex Arneson mentioned there. It's that willingness for the senior players to still be out there, even when they got a big European quarter-final the following week.
Glasgow, the visitors to Allianz next weekend, of course. Scott Brits breaking tackles for fun. And the gain line just a little softer than it was in the early exchanges now.
Well, that's been the key, Ali. They've absolutely smashed the gain line, Saracens, with all their carriers, and the kicking game adds to that.
Rockandaguni. Ford. Saracens at the moment anticipating everything so well, and Itoje scrambling possession there, and now Bath are backpedaling again. Ford is heading sideways, little show of the ball. Makavunapola is clutching at thin air, but Ford has lost the ball as he lost his footing.
Nah, called it over.
Well, a couple of things to admire there. First of all, Itoje comes in from nowhere like a vulture, just stealing over the ball, and then Ford, lovely piece of skill, the show and go, just doesn't see the sniper that comes in from behind, tap tackles him.
Yeah, it was a great tackle from Makavunapola, so much so they've taken him off. Like you said, he comes through the middle. It's got no right. He's a loose head chasing a 10 to actually get his hand anywhere near that tackle. I think he's been outstanding today, along with Brad Barrett, the Saracens.
Just the faintest of touches, wasn't it? It's all it takes when somebody's travelling at that kind of pace.
It's just the difference between a club player and an international player. He's not prepared to give up, you know. He's carried on all the way through.
Lots of new faces, but
looks like he might need a bit of oxygen right about now, though.
watch on, please.
Paul Grant's onto the field for Bath. Joel Conlon similarly for Saracens.
Bind.
15 minutes remaining, 22-point gap between these two.
Wait, please. Not too much of it. I'm not fine with it. That's what I'm saying. Hold your weight.
Francois Lowe's day is done. Lahif and indeed Luke Charteris as well now.
Crouch.
Big week next week, of course, for Todd Blackadder's men. Looks as if they will leave Allianz Park empty-handed, but the Tigers at Twickenham may well define their season. Probably just that one spot available in the playoffs. Ford has put that straight down the throat of Ashton, who will look to exploit it. Ford gathering, stepping, and taking on Ashton. Oh, he's done him. Kept him alive well. Really good work from George Ford in extremely limited space. What about that challenge from Mike Rhodes?
Big hit, wasn't it? Cuts him down.
Tuliki calling for protection. Good. Ashton. Taken well by Jackson Ray. Through the hole goes Billy Vunipola. Another tap tackle, this time from Joseph. Picked up by Watson. Everybody waiting for Wayne Barnes' whistle. And eventually it comes.
Double knock on there, first of all. From Saracens, and then
was initially forward and then it's a knock on. So it's scrum back. Pass was forward and then a knock on.
So more reinforcements waiting for Bath. Chris Brooker newly arrived, and Beno Urbano will come on in the front row.
1 and 2.
And in the meantime, Wasps have completed their victory over Worcester by 40 points to 33. Significantly 2 bonus points for Worcester in defeat at the Ricoh. And that then puts them on 26 points. They are now 9 clear of Bristol with 4 matches of the regular season remaining.
Okay, it's a lot better when you don't put loads of weight on. So
Brooker for Batty, Urbano for Cat. Scott Berger unavailable this week through injury.
Crouch. Bind. Set. Yes, please.
Fatualiti gathers it in. Tapuai can't hold it. Joseph is under pressure. It's gone forwards.
Definitely forward.
And the error count creeping up from the Bath camp under an awful lot of pressure.
yeah, they made the changes at scrum, but Saracens doing what they do so well, just turning the screw effectively. Wayne Barnes was adamant that went forward. Tapuai was pleading his case.
Change being made at 9 for Sarries, and a significant one in as much as it hands Henry Taylor a Premiership debut at the age of 22. Ben Spencer unavailable this week through a hamstring problem. Great try Taylor scored in the Anglo-Welsh semi-final against the Tigers. He's been part of the England age group setups. Dual registered with the Bedford Blues this season. Great opportunity for a little run out in a commanding position in front of a forward pack that's enjoying its afternoon. Going to make your Premiership debut, Austin. It's around about now that you'd like to come on with a big buffer pack heading forwards at a rate of knots. Bonus point already secured.
Yeah, it's basically an armchair with a lovely fluffy back blanket that wraps around you, isn't it? And absolutely.
Grant for Fatualiti. Falatau crunched by Scott Brits. Fatualiti wants it. Itoji spoiling.
Turned it over.
He's done more than spoil. Taken quickly by Henry Taylor. Looking for support. Finding it in the form of Lazowski. Wrapped up by Tapuai.
And off Chris.
Farrell for Ray. Rhodes. Lazowski. Itoji. Stretching the legs. Maitland. Rolled much too easily through Rockandanguni. Here goes Duncan Taylor.
Just a knock on in the tackle.
Maitland for Vunipola. It's gone forwards from Bath, so Sarries continue the motion. Farrell trying to suck in the defenders. Jackson Ray is there, gets the arms free. Taken on by Brits. Good.
Breaking way too many tackles now. Saracens, this Bath defence getting more and more tired.
Brits over the top for Ashton. Splashing down for try number 6.
Brilliant from Brits. 3 great pieces of play. First of all, an absolute massive hit on the gain line, which allows his teammates, Itoji, to compete and get the turnover. And then you just saw what he brings you. footwork, handling, uncertainty if you're a defender stood in front of him, and then a brilliant offload to the wide channel for that guy to finish.
I'll tell you what Henry Taylor's brought. He's brought an increase in the tempo and the pace just at a time when Bath, it's exactly what Bath don't want. He's up there, he's tapping and going, and look at that, Brits just sucks in the defenders, and he deserves his try, does Ashton, today. He's worked really hard, shown a lot of good touches. That little over-the-top ball, the little chest pass, and splash, he's back.
I think when he took off, he was a bit worried that he might have overdone the jump. He was going to end up in the dead ball area.
Go beyond the in-goal area. So the most Premiership tries scored at Allianz Park, now a record that Chris Ashton holds all on his own, stretching clear of his old mate David Strettle. And of course he'll be joining Strettle in France next season. Strettle with Clermont, Ashton heading to Toulon. Blood spattered, Farrell, but still driving the conversions through the post. 39 points to 10, turning into a bit of a walloping. Austin.
It's a great kick. If you look at Brits as well, he's just carried, he's just getting up from the floor. He doesn't stand there and take a rest. He thinks, right, look at the blind side. 2 defenders, 3 of my own attackers outside. Tell you what I'll do, I'll get to the outside and I'll create a try. It's what you want from an impact player.
Just that fatigue also creeping into the Bath ranks. Perfectly understandably, they're struggling to reassemble their defensive line, and these power runners are just being launched at them relentlessly.
I mean, the gain line success is 4-1, nearly 4-1 for Sarries v Bath. So every one carry Bath, Saracens getting 4 of them over the gain line. Such a big difference in the game.
Rokandaguni running into Maitland. Kelly Brown is there too. Chris Cook has come on at 9 for Fotuali'i, but Saracens are away, and Itoji is dummying once, twice. Taylor away through Vincent Koch. This is Titi Lamositele. Taylor, Farrell, Sarries just doing exactly as they please right now. Taylor won't quite stick for good. Taylor is there again. Brits. Once again, a sense of inevitability as they bear down on the try line. Vincent Koch slipping through the tackles. Those shoulders a good deal softer than they were. Henry Taylor grappling for the ball. That looks like it might be a yellow card, because Kane Palmer-Newport's come thundering in at the side, and Koch is driving through, but the penalty is awarded.
Oh, he's in lenient mood. He's
taken quickly. Billy Vunipola shaking off the defenders and barging his way through. I think it is officially now a rout. 44 points to 10. 7 tries, and nobody stopping the big number 8 from that distance.
Yeah, Bath have capitulated, unfortunately. They're just bullying them now, aren't they, Saracens? They've got so many heavy runners, so much power in their game, so much willingness to get up off the floor and work hard for each other. And they're just feeding off the mistakes that Bath are making, and Billy Vunipola, the latest to profit.
They can sniff weakness, can't they, as a side? They sniff it, they up their tempo, they're like a pig after a truffle. They really do up the tempo to a completely different level that they don't show you earlier on. And when they're like that, they're irresistible to watch. They're certainly, we said before the game, they've made a statement today. They've made a statement. This is the run-in towards the end of the season, towards trophies that we currently possess. If you want to come and have a go, we're back to where we were.
Closing the gap, of course, as well on Wasps and Exeter. Wasps with the bonus point secured today. They will finish the weekend on 69 points. Exeter with 64. Sarries now will be on 63.
Fellas, we're going to carry on, okay? He's just off the pitch.
And they'll be hunting down the Chiefs, if not Wasps, for that home semi-final. As we know, that very often proves decisive. Just 5 away wins in Premiership semi-finals out of 25 played. Toji is beginning to relish these open spaces he's being afforded as well. Henry Taylor. And Watson hasn't judged that too well. Kane Palmer-Newport is there. Cook, Ford, Tapuai, oh, the intercept, telegraphed, picked off by Taylor, and in goes Ashton for his second. 50's up, Saracens utterly rampant, totally in control, and Bath wiped out.
Yeah, Ashton sniffing out the intercept. Tapuai just throwing the telegraph. It's just so unfortunate. Caught behind the gain line, trying to play catch-up football, forcing the passes now, desperate to try and get some sort of consolation out of the game. Tapuai throws that one straight into the arms of Ashton.
Absolutely on a plate. Ashton's been electric this afternoon. Such a threat every time he's had the ball, either in closed space or out on the wide. Very impressive. Another guy that's capitalising on opportunities that are presented to them by what was a very dubious pass in the first place.